You're hearing a lot about fragmentation from the ECB. We're also going to talk about some cryptocurrency thefts lately. Also, I need to read you what we received in the email today, and also about consumer confidence. You'll find that consumer confidence hit an all-time low about a month ago, and now it just hit an even lower all-time low. Consumer confidence is almost bottoming out. No one seems to have much money right now, especially with all this inflation. And the velocity of money is going to only slow further, as I explained to you that it would. Please always remember that nothing we say here is intended as personalized trading advice for you. And I've got to work off this pad because I don't have my laptop or anything, so as I tell you, I'm doing the best I can. But I want to talk to you about some cryptocurrency thefts that we've seen recently. $100 million lost from a startup called Harmony. They have a Bitcoin bridge, and that was the vulnerability, but that's not the only one. There's been a few others recently. $600 million just gone from Ronin Network. $320 million from Wormhole. The thefts, which used to be getting under control, there's a few thefts early in the day. They got them under control. They figured out the vulnerabilities. Now they're finding another wave, a rash of Bitcoin thefts. And the problem with it is not that, well, it is that you lose the money, but there's not really an organization, or who do you go to try and get that money back? You go to the FBI, the local police. They can't help you. They don't understand this stuff. A lot of that money will be gone forever. Maybe they find some and recover it, but generally you've already lost. If they get in there and take some of the cryptocurrency, not much you can do about it. So just another thing to be super cautious about if you're getting into cryptocurrencies. And I really want to tell you about the email that made my day today we got. And Pete, and his name is actually Pete. I wouldn't make that up. And Pete, thanks for the offer to join you on your sailboat. I'm thinking about it. But listen, he says, I made $75,000 from ASM because of you, talking about me. And I'd say, I think it's important that you look at it like this. You were wise enough to do your due diligence, to learn what you want to do. You made the decisions. You always take all the glory, you take the losses. I think that makes you a better investor if you take all the glory, take all the losses from every decision you make. You are the common denominator. So you knew enough to learn about the actual stock from the peterleads.com newsletter. And we put it through our 29-point leads analysis process. So we liked the stock. We talked about where we thought it was going to go. But I'll tell you what, it's great that you made $75,000, and that's all you, man. You take the glory. You were the one who made the decision. You were the common denominator. You knew enough to learn about it, and then you took action, and that's why it worked out for you. But you know what? It's great to hear that you did so well, and I'm so proud of you. You did so great. But also, there's the other side of it too. Sometimes we make a bad call, and then you hear about it, believe me. So it's good to hear the good side of it. Sometimes we hear the bad side, but that's all part of the game. And all the losses, all the gains are always on the individual. So you've been hearing a lot about fragmentation from the ECB. They're worried. Okay, I'm trying to find a good way to explain this to you because I'm hearing about this. A lot of people on YouTube taking a crack at it. They don't know what they're talking about. Here's what's going on. Think of it like a waterbed. You don't want the waterbed to be flat and to raise and lower. You want to lean on it, and one part goes lower, one part goes higher. If you have all these different countries in the ECB. You've got 19 countries, and they're trying, the European Central Bank is trying to control the interest rates, to try and control how things are going. For example, in America right now, we're raising interest rates to try and punish the economy, to try and slow things down, to battle inflation. But you take all the countries in the European Union, you put them together, and they're trying to control all the countries as one. It's almost like putting cement in your joints. So say, for example, Germany is running a little bit hot, and Italy's running a little bit slow. Germany might want to raise interest rates to slow things down. Italy may want to lower interest rates to stimulate the economy. But they're saying it's all one thing. The European Union, it's like a waterbed. That's one thing. Yeah, it's one thing, but it doesn't work best if it's all level or flat and it raises and lowers as one thing. So they're having an emergency meeting to help deal with all of this. But I talked about this on an interview I did on a Greek radio station ages ago. I'm saying that they should go back to the drachma because it's not going to work out. The European Union, it's a matter of time, and it'll take a long, long time. They'll do all sorts of tricks to fight it, to keep it together. But over time, it cannot last. You can't have 19 countries all doing the same monetary policy. And that's the problem. The ECB is controlling economic policy of 19 countries. They're not allowing for financial autonomy, which is what you need when you're trying to control how your economy is doing. Think of it this way, America. Say they took every country in North America, every country in Central America, every country in South America and said, okay, we're all going to have the same financial policy. It wouldn't work. It would be a matter of time until it breaks apart. And that's exactly what's going to happen with the European Union. It won't be soon. It won't be soon. They've got a million tricks they can try, but they'll keep trying and trying and trying until eventually, when things go bad, that's when countries will break away from the union itself. So there's an emergency meeting, and then Germany's finance minister, Linder, says, and I quote, "No need for any concern." When they have an emergency meeting and somebody says no need for concern, I think that's when you should be really concerned. It's like a used car salesman saying he's not ripping you off. That means he probably is. But let me give you one more quote here. We'll need to return to sound public finances. That's Linder again, and that's a quote. And thank you for telling us that. If you didn't know that already, have you guys been paying attention? Are you even awake? On behalf of myself and the entire Peter Leeds team in Rutger, the Wall Street Bull, you guys know we love you. We do this for you. We do this because of you. And that is a fact. Nothing we say in this video is intended as personalized trading advice for you. Always remember that I and the entire Peter Leeds team loves you guys.